everyone, welcome back to my daily video. Every day we learn, grow, and take one small step forward. Let's get started.
You know, when you first look at the Algerian flag, it seems pretty simple, right? You've got two vertical stripes, a crescent, and a star. But that simplicity, it's hiding a massive story. This isn't just some design, it's a declaration. It's a story of faith, of identity, and centuries of resistance, all woven into one powerful symbol. So let's really dive into this. This flag is so much more than a piece of fabric. It's the very soul of a nation, born from a struggle that shaped not just Algeria, but the entire history of decolonization. Okay, so to really get what this flag is all about, we've got to rewind way back. We need to go back to a time before this flag even existed, when Algeria was a land with many rulers, but no single unifying symbol to call its own.
For literally centuries, you had empires coming and going. The Romans, the Vandals, the Ottomans, they all flew different banners over the land. But through it all, identity was mostly local. You were loyal to your tribe or your region. The idea of one Algerian national flag, it just wasn't a thing yet.
But here's the thing. Even back then, the ingredients for the future flag were already there. The green of Islam, the white of peace, that powerful crescent of faith, they were all deeply rooted in the culture. Even the red from Ottoman flags would play a role later on. All these elements were just waiting for a spark to bring them all together. And that spark, well, it arrived in 1830 with the French invasion. And this one event would ignite a deep, desperate hunger for a national symbol of freedom.
And you can see the massive shift right here. Under the Ottomans, yeah, Algeria was part of an empire, but it had a lot of local control. The French, though, they didn't just rule Algeria, they tried to erase its identity. They declared it a part of France, forced the French tricolor on everyone, and suppressed the Arabic language and any local symbol.
Just let that sink in for a moment. For more than a century, an entire people were told they couldn't have their own banner. That created this profound emptiness, this deep need for a symbol that could unite everyone against everything colonization was trying to destroy. And out of that resistance, the modern flag was finally born. And what's so incredible is that it wasn't designed by some government committee in a quiet room. It was created by the people themselves, pushed for by nationalists like Massaleh Hadj, and first stitched together by an activist named Émilie Bousquet. That grassroots origin, man, that's what gives it so much power.
So every single color was chosen with a purpose, a really deep one. Green wasn't just Islam, but also hope for the future of the land. White was for peace, obviously, but specifically the peace they longed for after all the struggle. And red, well, it represented Islamic unity, but it also became a tragic symbol for something else, the blood of the martyrs who would have to die for the right to even raise this flag.
The flag might have been born in resistance, but it was forged in the fires of war. This is where it went from being a symbol to something truly sacred, something sanctified by blood. And the struggle over this flag's right to exist started even before the war officially began. Picture this. It's May 8th, 1945, the very day World War II ends in Europe. Algerians celebrating in the town of Sétif raised their nationalist banner. The response from the French authorities was a massacre, a brutal crackdown that was a dark sign of the unbelievable violence to come. During the War of Independence, the National Liberation Front, the FLN, officially adopted this flag. And here's the cold, hard truth. Under French rule, just possessing this flag was a crime punishable by death. People were executed for carrying it. So waving this flag wasn't just a political statement, it was a life-or-death act of pure defiance.
The scale of the sacrifice is it's almost impossible to comprehend. Over 1 million people. This number is exactly why the color red in that flag became so powerfully, so permanently tied to the blood of the people. This was the staggering cost of freedom.
And that's why this quote just hits so hard. It captures the whole story perfectly. This wasn't some peaceful creation. It was the result of incredible bravery against unbelievable violence, a banner that symbolized a people's unbreakable will to exist. So, the war is over. How does this revolutionary banner transform from a symbol of war into the official living soul of a brand new, independent nation? After that long, brutal war, independence finally arrived in July 1962. The flag of the struggle, the one people died for, was officially adopted as the national flag. And just a few months later, it was raised at the United Nations in New York, taking its rightful place on the world stage. And its importance was immediately locked into the nation's highest law. The Algerian constitution doesn't just describe the flag, it calls it an immutable conquest of the revolution. Immutable. That means it can never be changed. It is a permanent protected legacy. And they didn't stop there. This legal protection goes even further. The law makes it crystal clear just how sacred this symbol is. Desecrating the flag isn't just seen as disrespectful, it's a serious crime. That tells you everything about the deep, unbreakable bond between this banner and the nation's identity.
So, by law, the flag is a constant presence in daily life. It flies over every school, every military base, every government building. And it's not just for show. It's a perpetual reminder of the struggle and the incredible price paid for sovereignty.
And what's so amazing is that this flag isn't some relic of the past. It is alive. It's a living, breathing symbol. Just a few years ago, it unified millions during the Hirak protests for political change. It symbolized pure joy when the nation won a huge football tournament. And for Algerians living all over the world, it's that powerful, emotional link back home. Every single time this flag rises, it tells the story of a people who refuse to be erased. It's a story of faith, of sacrifice, and of an unbreakable will to be free. For Algeria, this isn't just a flag. This is Algeria's soul. And it really makes you wonder, what incredible stories are woven into the symbols that surround us every single day?
Thanks for watching today's video. Remember, progress comes from showing up daily. See you in the next interesting video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.